Hello and welcome to Heroes of the Mist. I'm your host and game master, Hawk Robinson, and this is the ongoing custom homebrew campaign with Advanced Dungeons & Dragons First Edition in the Worlds of Beru, multiverse setting with an interactive Twitch audience. If you are hanging out in our Twitch chat room at twitch.tv/RPG Research, you can actually cause things to be more complicated and challenging for the heroes in this adventure. Check out mistheroes.com, and audience interaction section explains how you can earn hero points and how you can spend them to be able to affect the adventure nearly real time. So do check that out. And we are down again one player. Lillian is not able to join us because of some school/work stuff that she has to be at. But so we'll miss her. And also I want to let everybody know we are not going to do a show next week because it's so close to Christmas.
And I am not a giant invisible deity, just so you know.
So December 23rd, next week, we will not have Heroes of the Mist. Maybe we can do a replay or something of a select episode or something, or maybe one of the opening episodes, I don't know. There's some replay feature.
Just together
Outtakes.
all the adventures of Torin.
Yeah, if I had time, I would love to put together an edited couple episodes. Yeah, Adventures of Torin. So no show next week, everybody. Also no broadcast that Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. So the 23rd to the 26th, we will not be doing any broadcasts, just so you know. There will be a very short one Saturday morning for our Game Master training. Dan, we're just going to do that remotely because I'll actually be in Seattle that morning.
I'm not going to be able to make it over to Seattle.
Yeah, I know that. That's why we're doing it remotely. So we'll meet over Twitch for each of you to do your 5 GM voices over Twitch. And then that's all we will do Saturday. Because remember, you have your assignments.
Mm-hmm.
So you will do those. Each of you will do your 5 voices that Saturday. But it'll be a very short session. And then we will resume our normal schedule Thursday the 27th.
Hi. Oh, that's terrifying.
And so the next Heroes of the Mist after today will be December 30th, just before New Year's Eve. And we'll, hopefully everybody will be here for that. So let's go ahead and quickly introduce yourselves. As I said, I'm the game master here, and then we have
John Wilker, co-game master and normal troublemaker.
I'm Adam. I'm going to be playing Torin, who's a human thief. And he's just out here looking for adventure. Now he's found it. He'd like to give it back because, burning people to death isn't exactly what he signed up for.
I'm Andy, and I'm sitting on a slight slant here, it seems. I have to adjust the camera, I think.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, that's better. And I play Talk, who has a bit of an Irish, little bit of a lilt sort of thing going on. And he is a gnome illusionist who fancies himself a major player in the entertainment industry.
or the industry he hopes there will be someday. It's
But
not quite so formal.
He's trying to make one. You got to start somewhere.
Sure, of course. And then joining us remotely, we have Katie.
Hello, I'm Katie. I play Moisha Turtlebomb. I've got a horrible echo, you guys.
So
I think it's a lovely echo.
It's because the microphone's picking up. We've been having this lately. So I'm going to turn down the TV volume a little bit. And hopefully that helps. Try that again, Katie.
Okay, that's better. I'm Katie Coonan. I am playing Moisha Turtlebomb. Moisha sounds a little bit like Eeyore. He's a tailor by trade and decided he needed adventure in his life, and now he doesn't know why.
Yes, be careful what you wish for. All right, and then we have Joe. So both Katie and Joe are joining us from Seattle remotely over Jitsi. Joe?
She's not in Seattle. She's in Snohomish.
Sorry.
There's like 3 towns between here and there. So this is Joe Coonan. I am playing Ferhat Guerion. Ferhat Guerion is a simple contract enforcement officer for a small weaving concern in far-off Iridia. He's a half-elf. He's the last of 8 children and the only half-elf in his family. Everybody else is a whole human. So, Thanksgivings and Christmases are fun.
Which half?
Top half is Elvish.
And Joe, you want to quickly mention your background and what you do professionally?
Oh, yeah. I perform and I teach and I direct at Jet City Improv, Seattle's premier fast-paced improvisational comedy show, and a 501c3 nonprofit where we take improv out to kids who need it and give them fun experiences, because life is better when you're living it.
And what's the website?
JetCityImprov.org.
There we go.
That's good you're helping. I've seen so many kids on the side of the street with a cup and a sign that says, please give us improv.
Yeah. Out of work, need puns.
Exactly.
And then behind the scenes, we have Dan, who's helping with the tech and the streaming and some artwork and such. We normally have a real-time sketch artist, but James called in today that he wasn't able to make it. And so we're going to miss him. Hopefully he'll be back for the show on the 30th. And then we have Pyro helping with the chat room moderation and Twitch and other features there with tech as well. Thank you, Pyro, for your help as well. So
during the break or at the end,
yes.
I actually met an artist this week who might be interested in joining us. So
please. Yeah, I was hoping that generally each show we would have we'd have 2 to 3 artists. Like one before, one in the first half of the show and then another one the second half of the show.
Right.
That was ultimately what I was hoping to have eventually. We had 6 artists lined up during all the pre-show stuff, but we took so long to get to launch that we lost them over time because they got sick of waiting. So, yeah, if you know anybody, send them my way. I'll gladly get them added in.
Yeah. My friend Declan, I didn't know that he was an artist because he does a lot of camera work and stuff like that. So he does a lot of filming, and then I saw him doodling. I was like, dang, that's good.
Oh, good.
And he's like, oh, yeah, cool. So,
by the way, I swear I saw on Geek and Sundry, he was a coworker of yours, and he played in Beru back in 2013 with you.
Keeson?
Keeson, yeah. I swear I saw him on Geek and Sundry a few months ago.
Oh, I believe that.
So that was a pleasant surprise. Are you in touch with him anymore, or is he off doing other things?
He's off doing other things mostly. We don't hang out a lot. We were improv colleagues, but we worked at different theaters.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
Yeah, we cross each other in the at conferences and those sorts of things.
Okay.
But we don't hang out very often. Not as often as I'd like. He's a lot of fun.
Yes, yeah, he was a lot of fun. I really liked his character core, and he really helped me flesh out more of the Shattered Lands legendarium and such when he was here. So he had some good story ideas for his character background, which I've been trying to figure out how to incorporate. I have incorporated his story. If people go to the Shattered Lands, his story shows up there. I haven't really been able to figure out how to incorporate it into the main story here yet, but I hope someday to do that because he fleshed it out pretty well. All right, anyway, last time you guys pretty much wiped out a 7 of 8 Mordredians in a patrol. Really laid waste to them. Nice ambush, took them out, dispatched them, but one did get away and run south. And you know that's not good. Then you guys looted the corpses, gathered up a lot of stuff, and then headed quickly north up the road. After some time, you eventually, as evening was falling some days later, you saw it arise down below where 3 roads were all meeting and then turning into one road north, right at the edge of some dense, tall woods. Right at the entrance there is a crumbling keep. You can see one of the sketches there. Do you need me to get you the scans of his sketches? Do you not have those? I had them on a thumb drive. Remember, he sketched his own versions that were nicer of the whole area.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to, once we get things going here a little bit, I might have to step out and grab that. Because I don't know exactly where it is, and having you guys search for it could be problematic. So anyway, So you guys approached it. One of you kind of snuck around. Was that you? Or who was it who kind of rode around? Was that you, Joe?
Yeah, that's fair, Hod.
Farhad, okay. And then meanwhile, who approached directly? It was Torin with... You were with somebody.
With Farhad.
Farhad broke
Well,
up.
okay, that's right. You came together and then you split off. Okay.
Yeah.
And then as you got to about 500 feet away, they hailed you from the gatehouse and asked you to approach. Farhad, you ended up joining after you did the circuit, and two guys came. So one ran down from the gatehouse, ran over to a central building. You saw the door open, and you saw two other people come out, and the three of them came running to the front door. Facing the door, you know, the gatehouse, the two big doors, the right-hand door opened, and silhouetted by torchlight behind him, and he's under the gatehouse, so the torches up on the gatehouse don't light him up. You just saw a silhouette of the fellow, and he called out boisterously and in a friendly fashion, "Ho ho! Welcome to the Fist of Cord!" And that was where we left it off. We left off last week. So we're going to pick up from there. Now again, Lillian is not here, so she'll be kind of just in the background.
I think she should wrestle first.
Shh, player knowledge. Shh.
No spoilers.
So that's where we left it. And so it was just the two of you here so far, right? The others were all waiting up at the hill?
Mm-hmm. I think I had mentioned that I was going to go get them, but we hadn't gotten to that point yet.
Right. So, and then that's just where we left off at. So, he says that, ho ho, welcome to the Fist of Cord, then we stop the show, we pick up from there again. This is our temple here, at the edge of the wilderness! Come inside!
Oh, thank you. Hey, I got some friends back up the road. Can I go get them real quick?
Oh, please do, the more the merrier!
Oh, great. I'll be right back.
Okay, what do you do, Farhad?
An army of 1,000 comes in.
I entered.
You come on in, okay, do you stay on your horse or hop down? The door is large enough you could ride through.
Yeah, Farhad, he'll jump off and leave
Okay.
his horse.
Okay. All right, so you come up to the door, and so you see this fellow in what looks like old armor, and another much older person behind him in beat-up old armor, and behind him a 16-year-old boy. They're, inside. They part to give you room to enter. And now that you're under the keep, remember snow had just started to fall, large but light snowflakes had just started to fall that evening. The promise of snow of several days finally is starting to happen. So you're under the keep and out of the snow. There's really no breeze. It's a very calm, breezeless evening. And he greets you as you come on in. He says, "So, tell me about yourself and your friends while we wait here for them."
Oh, well.
Comment.
We met
He's not here yet.
back
Oh.
in Fort Elcom, far to the south, and we've been traveling together ever since it came under attack by Mordredian forces.
So
That's
make
not
a
Farhad's
comment
voice.
on that.
'Cause
Remember, he was
we
way
traveled for a
away,
very,
so
very long way.
the
It is wonderful to
Make
be
some
here.
company, boy.
Finally, someplace that is friendly. There's a lot of strange and unwelcoming folk in this country.
Oh, I know. At least Darko here and myself, we both were enslaved by them some years ago as they raided other lands. We managed to break free. Darko just kind of grunts. And says, yeah. I was on a merchant vessel and their ships overtook it near the Shattered Lands, and Darko here was enslaved when Grakos fell under the sway and became a vassal of the Mordredian forces, and was conscripted into the military and used to attack the Shattered Lands, but their ship came across bad weather and was destroyed, and he was washed up on the island that I'd escaped to some months before, and it was a dangerous island. There were headhunters, and we barely escaped, but from the wreckage of his ship, we made a raft and found our way to the shipping lanes and made our ways back to Regnum, and made it to up north, and what do you know? The kindness and generosity of Cord left us this keep abandoned just so we could fix it up for him and bring forth the word of the strength and glory of Cord to everyone who passes through here.
I want to play that game.
What?
I want to play that game.
What game?
What you just described as a campaign. Sorry.
It's all part of this campaign.
No, I know, no, but play
Wasn't playing that
play
part.
as those characters.
Oh, okay.
Maybe add a few more, like just a kind of a castaway type.
Well, you're gonna have your stories. You're gonna have
Oh,
your stories.
we'll have adventures.
Yeah.
I know. I just
Epic stuff is coming.
that sounds like something I'd like to read. You know, or read or watch.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, cool.
good movie.
So we've been here since the spring, fall.
Who is this Cord you speak of? Is he the lord of this keep here?
No, he's the god of strength and might and glory.
Oh, a god, you say? And he led you here?
Yes, it was his divine grace and our heartiness that led us through this.
Well, in that case, how does one show gratitude for the blessings of Cord?
Oh, he claps his hands together. I'm glad you asked. But let's wait for your friends to arrive first, so we can give everyone the opportunity to give an offering to Cord.
That sounds like a good idea. My name is Ferhot Ferguerian. I enforce contracts now and then when things don't go as people have agreed. I am from Iridia, where we know something of...
Oh, I know Iridia.
Scourge.
I know Iridia. I came in through those ports many years ago and came through the North Pass and down south through here many years ago. That's a beautiful, beautiful kingdom, especially the port city, the capital city. I've never seen a more beautiful city.
Sedin Gosloren, Chokoselcha Langibi.
I'm afraid I do not speak the Iridian tongue.
Oh,
My apologies.
Many welcomes to you, my friend.
Thank you.
Along with me, you've met the boy, Torin. He has some skills, but I don't know what they are. He's a young man, and he's very good with words and people. We also have a gnome with us. He's quite the trickster.
What are the little folk?
Yes, a very little folk, indeed.
I've never met one of
also
them.
have-
That will be interesting. Are they very strong?
They're little, so they're...
Why, your dwarves, the dwarves I met are very strong, and they're a little.
What are very strong?
What's that?
Dwarves.
I didn't hear what you said.
It's
strong.
dwarves.
Oh,
He said
are strong.
dwarves, yeah.
Dwarves are not little, they're only short.
True.
They are tiny. I bet why you, a man such as yourself, could put two gnomes in one pocket.
That's small. Is he from the Twin Rivers area? The island of Air?
It saddens me to confess that I have not shown enough interest in his life to ask him any of his history.
Oh.
We, as a group of companions, have spent more time fighting and running than talking at all.
These are dark times indeed.
The Mordredians have been on our heels,
Yes.
nipping at us, like the pests they are. Although, thanks to perhaps the strength of Cord himself, we were able to defeat a large body of them just a few days ago.
He claps you on the back. Oh, good job! Oh, well, I'm trying to forget my manners. Let's see. And I'm forgetting my full name.
I hope you had your breathing
blanked
treatment.
it. Well, I'm in that in-between thing.
Because you're using a lot of air there.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of in between. It's being challenging right now, but it must be done.
Don't push yourself too hard.
The show must go on.
We don't want you passing out.
Yes. I'm Dislok, cleric of Cord. This is Dorko Andropoulos of Grekos.
Well met.
Remember, he has a Greek. That's Greek to me.
That's
And this is Mick Deepfurrow. He's Rectum Sapientium, just a farm boy who narrowly escaped the pillaging from some weeks ago.
Hey, Al.
So you'll have to connect with him.
Mr. Toomey, I guess I'm an NPC now.
No, I was just doing that. Wasn't
Yeah.
actually. He's Mick Deepfurrow as well. So.
All right.
Yeah, I gotta switch accents.
So Darko and I have known each other a few years. Mick is recently joined us just a few weeks ago, and is a recent convert to the glory of Cord.
Oi, my father said, strength comes honor.
And those who serve Cord are blessed with extra strength and heartiness going forth into the difficult world to help spread his word. I hope you will join us once your friends and companions are here. That's to you, Farhad.
We'll be happy to enjoy your hospitality. And thank you very much for the welcome. We have important tasks to complete far to the north, so we cannot stay for very long. But we would appreciate a night of lodging, and perhaps we can share with you some of our food and break bread together.
Of course, and I can give you a little bit. If you ever been through these Northlands before?
I have not been this far north through these lands.
Well, then maybe we can help you, since I've traveled through the lands once before, and there's a lot of peril to the north. And so I can help warn you about who your friends and foes may be.
Thank you. We much appreciated.
Is that them approaching? As you guys are now riding up at a lope. So it's getting pretty dark, but use the light to guide you.
Here they come. We also have a few other members of our party from
Are you gonna gallop?
They were
archipelagos
loping.
far to the east. There is River. She is quite an accomplished dancer, I understand. There is
What did I just miss? Sorry.
He's introducing the other members of the party, and he was
Poorly.
just describing
Lady
River
Rivera
as River as best he could.
As a dancer?
Yes.
Well, you see her do anything else?
Farhad has still never seen her fight.
Right.
Like, we've been to all these fights, and she's done
Right.
a lot of cool stuff, but Farhad has never seen it.
Right.
And just try as he might, she won't talk to him outside of combat.
Right.
So, it's
Or
like,
contractually obligated background
No, she did that.
Yeah.
She did
stories.
do that.
No, but that's
Not
the
about herself, just
Yeah.
about her lands, yeah.
but that's the only time she talks to him
Okay.
casually.
Well, welcome! No,
we've
now
also
those,
got a noble woman of some stature who I don't know a whole lot about. And we also have someone who got kicked out of the Knights of the Round Table. It's quite shocking. He's very, very sensitive about it, so don't mention how he's no longer allowed in Camelot, and I think he's best afraid to fight.
way to slip that one in. Well, he shouts out as you guys are approaching. Welcome to the Fist of Cord.
Hey there! Bye, everyone!
Great, welcome.
See, I
And
told you they was
You
friendly.
now hear Karn mumbling.
Be careful. He's too friendly to be trustworthy.
Oh, yeah, like that one time we went into that town that... Oh, wait, no, never mind.
All right, so as you get closer, Deslok calls out, Mick, go take their horses to the stables, unsaddle, brush them down, and feed them. So Mick goes running on up to the first few of you.
Why is he talking as loud when we're up close as he did when we were far away?
I don't know, maybe it's hard to hear. My grandpa did the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Darko, it looks like they've got more horses. Why don't you give them a hand?
Thank you for your generous greetings.
You are most welcome. Come on, you're one of the little people. Gnome, they call yourselves.
Aye, yes, I'm a gnome.
Are you from the Two Rivers area by your accent?
Maybe?
You don't remember.
He doesn't know.
Oh, okay. All right. But where'd you get your accent?
He had a little bit of language growing up, but is between
Because the Two Rivers area and up would be the Irish to Scottish area.
but he's had his first English education among gnomes, and then was raised the rest of the way by a dragonborn hermit in a cave.
Okay.
So
Who knows? A genetic accent.
he had a little bit, and
So as you see Karn dismount and give a command to his warhorse, he tensely hands his reins over to Darko,
I dismount.
but also keeps his hand on his sword warily.
I dismount and give that one command that lets the handlers take it from order. There you go.
Okay, and then Mick goes ahead and takes the horse, and they gather up each of your horses and mules and such.
Be sure to pet on them and talk sweetly to them. Let them know it's gonna be all right. You just follow them, get a brush down. I'll be back later. Yeah.
Cockney.
Well, keep good care of him. Don't
yeah.
you worry none.
Now, Dawson likes apples, but it gives him wind. So if you have something else, that'd be better.
This guy's about your age. Mick looks here to be your age, and
Yeah.
he looks like a farmhand.
All right. And yeah, Leon over there. I mean, he looks kind of scary sometimes, but he's a real big softy. And if you could just give him an apple, he's
Karn looks over his shoulder and glares back at you as he continues walking towards the gatehouse.
Thank you. I'll
As soon as you
take
say
good
that.
care of him. Don't you worry none.
all right.
All right, so Dranera, Karn, Torin, Talk, and River all come walking on up. They're in the gatehouse. You now see this fellow introduces himself as Deathlock, Cleric of Cord. You must be the knight. What did you say his name was? He looks over at Farhad. Did we lose Farhad? So Karn then speaks up.
No, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah. We call him Karn. Just Karn.
Welcome, noble knight. Karn just gives a stiff nod. And this lovely lady here, you say, where is she from?
Scowl.
She's this is, the lady. She's a minor noble woman of some stature back where she's from.
Just the lady, no name.
They don't tell me everything. Apparently,
Of course, my lady. He bows deeply to her. It is an honor for you to join us. And who's this boy here? Not Torin, but their boy.
Oh yeah,
Next to him.
the boy.
he's a boy.
He's a boy.
He looks like a sturdy fellow.
Did you see the which I got for him? He's only metal one.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome. And who's this lad? He looks to be Mick's age.
Talking to Torn finally.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I'm Torn. I'm at the
Right.
gate. Good seeing you
Yes.
again. Thank you for hospitality.
So where are you from, Tor?
Oh, I'm from down over in Bow Mountain. If you head up over to Balcoth and you head further south and then you go up the coast a ways, it's up there in the hills, right?
So, and Mick is just, Mick is from just north of Port Llewellyn, which would be, sometimes you would go to Port Llewellyn rarely on a
Yeah.
rare trip to get supplies, because that was the smaller, closer than Port Balcoth, it's much
Okay.
smaller port. And that was kind of north of where you guys are.
With the animals.
Yeah. Well, they're walking up with the animals too. No, they haven't left with them yet. You guys are, the animals are still outside. You guys are under the gatehouse. So Mick hears that and would know, where that is.
Oh, you're from the homelands, I see. Very good.
Yeah, where you from?
All of a sudden.
Cool and blimey, that's the accent you need to be using.
Well, that's the one I was using, but I've switched all of a sudden. Anyways.
The Artful Dodger.
Please. I'm from around your hometown.
Oh,
Up
really?
north, in this area over there, with the bottom over there, around.
What, the port thing?
Yeah.
By the hillside.
North of Port Llewellyn, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Man, it's good to meet you. Give him a hearty pat. Good to meet someone from down home. I mean,
And
you
Mick
get farther
is
north.
sturdy and built.
So when you hit him,
He's
it's
a
like,
built farmer.
Think.
Yeah, it's like hitting stone.
nice to meet you too.
Deslock gives a little chuckle upon seeing that. Oh, great! And so, tell me more about yourselves. Look, wait! Oh, I forget my manners. So sorry. Come, let's go get it where it's nice and warm. Come this way. And he beckons you to come inside.
Thank
into
you.
the courtyard. You're most welcome. He talks down at you more slowly. So walks into the inner courtyard. There's a number of buildings. There's clearly a barracks and a stable.
Commonwealth.
And in the center is a large building.
Sounds a bit funny.
Up on raised 10 feet in the air on stilts, and then with a set of stairs going up that look like they could be easily dropped. And the building in the torchlight has a weird brown flat texture to it, like there's something not quite right. At first you think it was wood in the dark, but as you're getting closer it doesn't look quite like wood. It looks like rusted armor. Like you start to realize you get closer, it looks like the whole building is encased in rusty iron. Like thick, rusty plates of iron just bolted all around it on the top and the sides. And it even looks like maybe even underneath.
Strong like iron.
So, and again, raised up on 10-foot high stilts.
What's all this
So,
here
the
about?
ladder's going.
Sure, we haven't hopped into a post-apocalyptic universe in your multiverse.
That's later.
They're gonna
That
have
is
Mad
later.
Max roll up any
That
minute.
is later.
All right, real quick, your character, the boy that's from the down south.
Mick.
Mick. Gotta
Deep
remember that.
furrow.
Mick, deep furrow. Of course, the farmer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was Darko Andropoulos.
That's great to me. You know, these things were here forever.
So Mick and Darko take the horses off to the stables.
Okay.
And the boy goes and helps them as well. Since there's so many horses to take, the three of them go and take them over there. Meanwhile, you guys are now at the base of the stairs. They put a couple there, the torches they carried, they put in little holders at the bottom of the stairs. The door at the top is wide open, and there's warm, orangish yellow light pouring out. And then he turns to the dwarf, and is like, "You've been very silent. Who are you? Tell me about yourself, fair dwarf."
I'm Moist and Turtlebomb.
Oh, we can't hear you.
You're quiet again.
And
Yeah, my other headset died.
All right, I'll turn the volume up again.
Sorry.
Okay, try it.
I'm Moisha Turtlebomb. I'm a tailor by trade. I came for adventure. What else do you want to know?
You don't sound very enthusiastic about it.
Well, I've changed my mind about wanting adventure, but here I am.
You see Karn and Janera look sharply over to you quickly when you say that, and then give each other a meaningful glance. Really? So sorry to hear that. Sounds like you need the light of Cord in your life to help reinvigorate your energy and your drive to seek out challenges and take them on head on.
Well, that might not be a bad idea.
The light of Cord, and he pats you on the back with a very strong pat. The light of Cord will help reinvigorate you in your quest for adventure. So, tell me, before we go in, who is the strongest in your party?
Fairhard. I mean, well, maybe Karm. I haven't
So
had a
Karm-
chance to see him fight yet. But
Karn looks at Farhad.
He's good. Well, he has a
Well-
line.
Yeah, when you guys talk to him, no, don't think about me. I keep that for you younger folks. I'm a little too old for this.
oh, yeah, Farhad.
Yes, Karn is quite delicate. He cannot be jostled too roughly, or he'll break.
Karn glowers
You
at
too
you and
shall
punches his
age,
jaw.
When there's fighting to be done, Karn frequently make sure someone else does it for him.
Janera puts her arm on his shoulder.
He has the experience to know getting in a real fight is dangerous.
Yeah, he's real smart about it. Like,
Clenching that jaw.
we just had this fight here.
That's what he's thinking.
Was it?
You
Was
can
it early
hear
this morning?
Karn's teeth grind.
Let's
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna make him bite through his retainer.
real quick. We've been on
He
the
doesn't have any
road one
retainers
day.
anymore.
we've been on the road 1 day since the battle at the bottleneck, or have we been on the road for 2 days and we had nights sleep out in the open?
We slept one night on the road.
Yeah, so it's the next day. Yeah, so 2 days ago.
Okay, like 2 days back, we had this whole army of Mordradian soldiers come up, and Karn told us, build up traps here and dig a trench there and everything. And when they came through, there's rocks and arrows flying, and I started a fire, and one guy fell into it and got burned up.
That sounds marvelous! Pat you on the back. Way to send those Mordradians back to the foul pits they'd come from.
Yeah.
You got them all.
One went off. He ran real fast.
You see his smile drop for a second. Oh, just 2 days ago.
Yeah, it is in the morning.
We didn't see anyone come up here. So he went south?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he took off down south, took the horses, and ran on off. And of course, we had all these rocks in the way because we just threw rocks on them, so we had to clear the rocks out of the way before we went.
Well, but before this, how large an army was this?
Oh, shoot. Let's see here. I mean, there's the big army that's way down. I don't even know. There's always this, big mist cloud just kind of covering it.
This is a party of scouts, about 7 strong.
Yeah.
It was 8 total. Because he had the one, but yeah, that's fine.
Sure.
I'm just making sure.
But Fairhunt does not have
Sure.
counting as one of his proficiencies.
Okay.
Really? I only
I
got
understood. Just
7.
made sure you knew. Oh yeah. I
Right.
see. And one of them got
Seven
away.
dead, 1 strong.
I see. When was the last time you saw the larger forces, the larger body?
Oh, 3, 4
The
days
town
back?
to the south. What's the name of the town?
Well, the one I know north of the Queen's Road is Kasarnak.
Yes, Kasarnik.
He then
We-
looks over at the lady.
As per-
Are you the lady of Kasarnak? She just nods.
We
He bows
unfortunately,
to her again.
saw Kasarnik burn
We didn't see
shortly
it so
after
much as
after we
saw,
left. What was that?
We saw smoke rising up, and
4
you just
days
kind
ago?
of know these
The
things.
villagers
by
in
now.
Kasarnak make horrible farmers, but they look like mighty warriors, and they were already beaten by the Mordradians.
They were in the process of evacuating. We don't know if they made
Oh.
made it out
They
first.
could have just left. I mean, if I saw a big army,
So
I'd
the
be
main
like, well,
force is coming this way?
Slowly but
Probably.
surely.
They're probably following us. The main force is probably following us.
Following you?
Yes.
We have no
So-
evidence of that.
Are you
That they have any
Probably
interest in
should have
us.
opened with that.
We have no evidence that they have any interest in us other than just anybody else.
Oh, what did you do to get that much attention?
We didn't die.
We escaped Fort Belkov and killed a half a dozen on the way.
But why aren't the soldiers of Regnum Sapientium holding the Queen's Road? Last I heard, they were holding the Queen's Road.
I think it has
I've only
to.
ever seen one of those soldiers, and that's Karn.
Oh, there was that one time there was a whole army coming on. That was on. Was that the Queen's Road one?
That was on the
Yeah.
Queen's Road, yeah.
And then all of a sudden there's just and you just have these big old bright flashes and then screaming, and that's when we got adoption sees. So he's the meal, by the way. So
Talk rather coldly and darkly, very grim. It says, the Mordridians have access to some sort of weapon. I've never seen anything like it or heard anything before. It's
I'm still putting my money on it's being a dragon.
not a dragon.
Well, I mean, what else could it be?
Well, you say you, Farhad, are the strongest here, besides the knight.
Oh, no, the knight is quite delicate. Please don't jostle him too hard.
He looks at the knight, and
It must be I.
he looks at Karn and the build, and he's a big burly guy, and looks back at you and just kind of grins and nods to you. Well then, how would you like to wrestle?
Oh, I haven't done anything that since I left home with my brothers. Oh,
Did we lose
How
Farhad?
would I like to wrestle? I ask myself.
With oil or peanut butter?
Greco-Roman style. That's how I'd like to
you
wrestle.
need to
if I
have
was
the
gonna
leather
wrestle.
shorts on and then the oil, and then Turkish style.
No, real
To
Greco-Roman.
wrestle
You-
in the
you're
Temple of Cord? Why,
All the world
that
is-
sounds like an invitation that only a fool would turn down.
Wonderful! We have a challenge. Please, the rest of you, have a seat on the steps and make yourselves comfortable while my new friend and I wrestle.
Oh,
Now, before we begin, River, you'll have to go into one of the buildings where you can't watch this. It's going to require for me to strip.
This is how you welcome strangers?
I trust you'll be doing
Well
the
done.
traditional style of complete nudity as they do where he comes from.
Close to it, yes, as he starts removing his clothing. So, Deathlock removes his weapons belt.
Very slowly.
River goes over, rolls her eyes, but sits down at the stairs and kind of crosses her arms stiffly and stays there. So Deathlock removes his weapons belt, placing the attached mace that you didn't really see in the dark as well. Well, you with infravision could have, but the attached mace on the stairs. Then he begins to remove his overcoat, and then actually removes his shirt, exposing his bare, muscular torso, revealing both just very bulked up guy. He's average height, but just ripped. But he's got a pretty heavily, like Schwarzenegger style ripped. But a pretty scarred chest and back, and it looks like a mixture of a wide variety of scars, from whips, knives, swords, and other implements. Just patchwork all over his chest there. He then removes his boots, drops his pants.
You should be his squire.
And strips down only
he's
to
made
a
of
loincloth in the 20-degree Fahrenheit weather. And then he reaches over into his coat and pulls out a little thing of oil and starts rubbing oil on himself. Getting himself
Farhad does the same.
He tosses you the bottle of oil.
oh man, this is gonna be so good. I mean, we didn't have no oil when I would wrestle with my brothers, and we typically put our
Since he
clothes
offered
on.
me oil, I'll use that. I was
Yeah.
going to use lantern oil if he didn't.
Yeah, no, he offers you the oil, and you notice in the local Latinius, it says oil of cord.
Okay.
And when so you're gonna apply it.
Yeah.
As you do, you feel like you're feeling stronger as you rub it on. It just you're feeling more pumped up and excited for the challenge. And you don't feel any hatred or anything. You're just feeling excited, more pumped up about it.
Right.
You're getting
I got
Feel great about competition.
got a copper
without
pin on
feeling
Farhad.
negative
The
feelings.
first pin.
yeah. So for
Is it
somebody
just
with
me, or did
below
he
an
get
18
taller?
strength, you're gaining +1 to your strength stat temporarily.
Okay.
If you have an 18 strength, you gain a 25% increase if you're a fighter type to an 18 stat. So just so you know, you get that little pumped up bonus.
Was he always so broad-shouldered and
It does
tall?
seem to be like hulking out more.
Tall. I swear he looks bigger than he was before.
Oh no, it's just the oil. It makes you all shiny and stuff.
That makes sense, I suppose.
Paying attention.
So the light snowfall is slowly increasing. Deathlock starts stretching and flexing his impressive musculature, and then he goes into a low, wide Greco-Roman style wrestler stance with a huge grin on his face as he squares off. And there's light. There's the two torches at the bottom of the stairs, and light spilling from the top into the courtyard.
Cue the Kirk fight music.
Yes.
Dun, 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 dun.
Let us wrestle to pinning. The winner is best 2 out of 3 rounds.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, grapple rules.
We're basically gonna roll very quickly to see, like, if it's close, we're not gonna worry about too many calculations. There's a few big ones that I'll take care of.
You have to have a base score for grapple.
Yep. We'll get the base worked out. So this is the scary thing
all about
with
that base.
AD&D First Edition with any hand-to-hand combat. It is clunky and slow as heck.
What?
And we're gonna do a slightly
Really?
accelerated version.
No.
Where's
AD&D
my,
is clunky? Oh.
Well, it's
You
just,
mean
actually
it
most
wasn't it wasn't polished?
hand-to-hand combat. Most systems hand-to-hand combat is clunky.
Yeah, it's
Very few
challenging.
systems have really worked that out properly. It's always been problematic. So I've yet to find one that's really elegant, just because there's so many variables to it. The martial arts system in Royal Adventures actually is a little bit better, but we're not using that in this particular case, though we theoretically could. I have no post-its here anymore. they've all been cleaned out.
Here's a stack of blue ones. It's
Yeah,
a
I'll
bit
need a
thicker.
larger stack. That's not going to be enough. Thank you.
This is going to be a 7 post-it note battle.
So, Farhad, let's figure out, we're going to just be focusing on grappling here unless you want to try to punch him and stuff. The assumption is you're trying to grapple.
Yeah, no, it's a wrestling match. It's not a boxing match.
Yeah, so you'll use either grapple or overbearing in this case. So, getting your base score, what is your armor class?
Now that I am
Strip
nude,
down, yeah.
or down to my loincloth.
Yep.
It's whatever naked -4 is.
So that would be +6. You have an armor class of
Cool.
+6.
Wow.
Oh yeah, 6. Yeah, on
Got a
armor
great
6.
dex.
Yeah, luckily you have a very good dex.
I do.
Multiply by 10.
Okay, yep, and...
Yeah. My dex and my strength skills are pretty solid for
Okay,
wrestling.
so your dex is 16, 18?
-18.
Okay, dex is 18.
Strength is 15. 16 now with the +1.
Okay, hang on, I'm just going through this in order here. You're not slowed or stunned, your base move is 3 or faster, -10 for 3.
AC's -4. Isn't
Okay, your
the-
move is 12, right?
3 foot faster than
Yes.
the opponent?
Oh, never mind. Sorry, never mind. You guys have the same move, so that doesn't matter. Not hasted. Alright. So that's base score for Farhad, and then for Deslok. Alright, so he's going let's see, +8. And you have a 15 strength, right? Well, 16 now.
Base. Yeah, my base is 15.
Yeah. But you're bumped up to 16.
Right.
All right. So, attacker.
Stop it.
I got money on Farhad going for the win. What do you think?
So they both roll against their base
Fuck.
score.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pieces.
I'm just going through the formula step by step. Otherwise, it gets to be a
Yeah,
mess.
it is a
Yeah.
mess.
Once you
Wiry
get
Farhad
it
versus New
calculated,
Muscle
then it
Guy.
goes okay. But it's that first calculation that takes a while.
Huh?
So
No,
when
not
you're
that bad.
attacking, okay,
All
plus strength, so that's another +16 per 10% over 18.
You're talking about gambling.
It-
This weight
That's
difference.
what it said,
how much
yeah.
do you weigh, Farhad?
On combat?
Not a lot, like 135.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
He's got that light
disgusting.
elven
Yeah, half elven.
What do you
yeah.
mean?
Okay, and he's a good solid. He's about
Yeah,
5'11"
test of strength
with
and
220 pounds of muscle. Let's see. So that's you said you're 135.
168 actually. 168.
Oh, okay, that's a little better.
But it's but I'm 6'4" and
Right.
168.
Right. Okay.
Oh, that's not an advantage.
It depends on how you use it.
Hey, it means he's got a long reach.
I
That's great, but
when
they're
we
not
rolled up my
striking, so it's
character, I
not-
got to I decided to be a smart aleck, and I wrote my weight in stone, and it's hard for me to multiply 14 by 12 in my head. So give me a second to get my actual weight.
Indeed. Okay.
I've known a few guys that are bean poles like that, and man, it works against them in a bind. So
Yeah.
Yeah, if this was MMA, I might be okay because I have reach.
yeah,
But
Yeah.
I am made out of very good levers.
168
Generally,
pounds.
when I have fought wrestlers, they just try to go for my legs because most of them can't reach up here. And when I was younger, I got disqualified because I just kept picking them up and not following the proper, just throwing them out, So, because I was beanpole but freakishly strong. And so I'd be in a weight class that I should have been in a much higher weight class because of how strong I was. But I was so, just because I'm working at the mine. And on
So
the
you were
farm and
juicing.
everything. No, just working at the mine and on the farm and martial arts and stuff. So, you know,
High
these were not
recruitment.
like professional things. These were like summer camp and school.
Yeah.
You know, just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so I kept getting disqualified for doing that. I'm like, what? Yeah, it was a mismatch. Okay, let's see. For him, let's see. He's got minus.
Yeah, I'll try to finish reading the rest of the
8%.
script while you're doing that.
Yep, that's a good idea. 4%. Okay. 4% bonus. Okay, 10% over 18. That's not very. Lots of little variables to put into here. Luckily, we don't have any armor to deal with, so that makes it a little bit easier.
So have you seen a system that you think is a good system when it comes to the hand-to-hand? Because I've seen some where it's like, it's needlessly complicated, there's lots of variables.
There's
that you
lots
take
of
in.
light systems, but they're never very satisfying. They're never like they're just pretty much rely on story. You know, you figure out the success rate very quickly, but there's no detail to it at all. And those are at least easier, but they don't really define anything. I've not found a system that stands out in my head as the right balance between detail and speed.
Well, at
So-
the same time, like we've abstracted most of the stick hitting part of things, so why
Yeah.
not just abstract the grappling too?
Well, once we get the baseline here, then it's just some quick rolling because you're not going to be changing equipment and armor and all that. So then it's just quick rolls back and forth. The modifiers say they're pretty much the same.
Okay.
So you know, you get one prone, then it changes slightly, but it's the initial calculation that's clunky. After that, it's if we just stick to grappling and or overbearing, then it's not too bad. If we start getting into pummeling and everything else, then it starts to get more complicated. But it's just getting that base number down.
It's all about that base.
That base. You don't want trouble.
Mm-hmm. No.
No trouble.
I prefer the No Rebels version.
Mm-hmm. Star Wars.
Okay, and Farhad, any damage you'll take from this is just temporary non-lethal damage, but if you get down to 0, you do pass out.
Sure.
Go
It's
for that chokehold.
25% actual and 75% incidental.
Yeah.
With the string.
We're just going for non-lethal.
100%
We're
non-lethal.
not going to worry about that, yeah. Because he's going to go out of his way not to hurt him too much.
He's going to be gentle on you because you look soft and pliable. Odd thing to notice is that me and Hawk are wearing the same color shirt,
Yeah.
except on screen
You just
I'm practically wearing a blue. You're
Well, it's
purple.
the color balance of the different cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Alrighty here. Let's see. 48.
Moisha hasn't breathed for a long time. Oh, there. I think she breathed. And now she's
She
also
muted
breathing.
herself.
So I'm gonna read these grapple rules and see how bad they are.
It's just, like you said, it's the initial math.
So what is this pummeling now?
Pummeling's first, then grapple, then overbearing, which is a quick way to get somebody pinned. But if you try to overbear a wall, you will bounce.
Yes.
Oh, whoa!
Can Farhad get a surprise bonus?
We're having some connectivity issues with getting back onto Twitch.
Oh, are we not on Twitch now?
Yeah.
It says it's green.
Yeah, I know, but we just got a.
Oh,
physical
so it's
connection.
Twitch server acting up?
Yeah, it was unstable.
Yeah, could not access this.
Not much we can do about that.
Yeah.
Because it looks like on our end it's stable, but their server's acting up again.
Yeah.
Gosh darn it.
We could take our break early and
Okay.
get time to do some math.
No, I'm almost done here, so.
and get things working again. But
There's nothing we can do on our end. It has nothing to do with us.
I mean,
So,
just wait for it to.
it could be all night.
True.
There's no way of knowing. So the show must go on as long as we're recording.
It's just an idea.
Oh, we've stopped streaming.
You probably should have told them that Draco's an older middle-aged Greek man, missing a right eye and a left ear, with a yellowish pallor.
Well, that they didn't get a good look at him yet, and they will when he shows up again.
I can't wait to discover the backstory where his eye and his ear ran off to marry each other.
With the fork and the spoon.
Why don't you listen to me? Look at me when I'm talking.
Okay, where was the weight difference?
So, you read any good scrolls lately?
Well,
Delilah
Really?
Dirk and the Turkish lieutenant.
All right.
so Moisha, will you
Yes.
take Torn up on his bet on who's going to win this wrestling match?
So Farhad, you're going to want some percentage dice.
I believe this is for entertainment purposes only. Wagering is prohibited.
What's with you people? That's what makes it entertaining. Ever, what about you? Cold shoulder, like I don't
Yeah,
even.
she just gives
You
gives
literally
you a
get
flat
told.
stare.
Does she even recognize the fact that I talked at her? Or is it just...
Yeah. No, she does. She just kind of looks at you and then goes back to watching them circle each other.
Maybe you should make your bet with Fairhod.
All right, Farhad. You have your percentile
But
dice
you see,
ready?
that's not allowed because that's
Okay.
unethical.
So he
Ain't right,
circles
but
and
it is. There's
circles.
laws
He's like,
against it.
"You're the guest. You go first if you'd like."
Aha! You can't fool me. This is wrestling. If we don't go at the same time, it doesn't work.
As you wish. Roar!
Ah!
All right. So he lunges at you. Do you try to leap out of the way or try to just get into a grip and try to out-muscle each other?
I want to try to sidestep and get behind him.
Okay. All right, go ahead and roll. Give me what you roll, and then I'll do the totals for you.
41.
Okay.
Why am I envisioning a Princess Bride wrestling match?
Am I rolling high? Do I want high or low?
You want high. Well,
Okay.
it's actually... It actually doesn't matter exactly because...
It matters what he won't do?
It's basically just different types of grabs that you're going to get.
Sure.
So-
Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, 140, because I have a 40 and a 1, right? That's
And
140.
What you want to do is get the initial grip, and then you got to hold the grip, and then he tries to break the grip, and
Right.
stuff like that. So,
Yay. It's like, we don't talk about this with stick fit. It's like, all right, I parry to the bind, then I cross to his weak side, close off the other coordinate. I step in and pommel smash him. It's like, no, you hit the guy, roll.
So, if we're welcome then, and he's friendly, then why are they fighting?
Oh,
all
yeah,
right,
because it's fun.
he kind of whirls around fast
Like
enough
he's
that all you're able to do is get
Oh,
a
yeah.
grip on his hand. So you've got a grip
Mhm.
on his right hand.
Oh, do the traditional shake.
And that's it for the moment. You got the back of his right hand.
Okay.
Do you want to try to hold on to it or disengage and try again in another pass?
I'm holding the end of his right hand, by the wrist, by the thumb. Do I have to his fingers?
The meaty part of the hand.
Oh, over this way.
Oh, the meaty part of the hand? No, yeah, I'll
He's actually
disengage and re-engage.
okay. So disengage and lunge at each other again. Go ahead and roll.
You're kind of on the edge of your frame.
Yeah.
42.
Life, the universe, and everything. All right. You are able to grab him. he is clearly much stronger than you, but you are clearly faster than he is. And so you quickly, by doing the sidestepping approach, you're able to get him in a quick arm lock on his right arm. How do you want to lock that arm? What kind of lock do you want to do?
What are my options?
Well, do you want to kind of, lock it in front, lock it behind him, kind of lock it in an awkward, I mean, you've got different options.
Bend it like a chicken.
I want to lock it behind him.
Okay. So go ahead and lock it behind him. And
Yeah, that's the stuff.
so you get that initially, and you hear, "Oh, well played! You move quickly, my friend. It is a pleasure to watch you move." As he's kind of spinning around with you behind you behind him. But he seems utterly cheerful about it. His face is just beaming with joy as you have him in this arm lock. All right. So now, let's see. Go ahead and roll again to maintain your lock.
99.
Nice. All right. So you definitely hold him, and you bring him down on one knee because you're able to hold the lock, and you actually bring him down on one knee. So he falls down on his right knee, and you can either keep holding him or disengage and go for another grab of another kind, or just keep trying to force this lock.
Sit on him.
He's down on one knee. I got his arm behind his back.
Yep.
I want to try to drive him all the way to the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, you got him.
96.
I rolled a 29.
You're using the wet weasel technique.
So beautifully done.
I think you might have put too much oil on your feet.
You were able to slip him over. He kind of falls over on his side, and his shoulder is down. So he's down like this on his right shoulder, but you've got him in lock, and he's trying to get his legs under your legs, but you're nimbly jumping aside. But you've got his right shoulder down on the ground.
Sit down.
With his face kind of down, diagonally.
Make him say uncle.
So you're getting him very quickly here.
Right.
And you hear him start saying, 1, 2, and he's trying to break free. And 3, he's not able to break free. He's like, yeah, okay, I give. Good. He taps out.
Yeah. See, I told you.
Beautifully done. And he leaps on up very nimbly.
But what happens if they kill each other?
And swats you on the back.
You don't get this much,
congratulate you like, that was beautifully done. Oh, it is a pleasure to watch you move. You're so nimble. Wasn't that beautiful to see, everyone?
Yeah. Woo.
I guess.
Moisha?
So a bunch of stony silence of people who don't care, and Torn is like, yeah, you made it hard.
Moisha, did we lose you?
My money was on you, but no one wanted to take the bet.
Are you muted, Moisha?
She looks frozen. Oh, sorry.
We can't hear you, Moisha. Try refreshing your browser. We'll refresh on our end, too.
Oh, that was refreshing.
You see the problems here. I'm used to just wrestling an entire crowd.
Yes.
You use different moves when you're fighting more people.
Katie, can you hear us?
Both of them look frozen.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello.
Did you call me?
Yes. Did you hear the progress on the wrestle that Farhad won the first round?
No, I missed that. Sorry, I was distracted by things in the house.
Oh. Well, Farhad beat this big burly guy within just a few moves. That pinned him down. And so is going around going, wasn't that wonderful? The guy who got beat is joyfully giving praise to Farhad about how beautifully he was moving and asking everybody what they thought of how wonderfully he moved.
Fabulous.
there's Moisha. Fabulous. Okay. All right. Well, again, best 2 out of 3.
Yeah, go again.
Yes, brah!
All right, if you insist.
You can do it, Farhad.
Round 1. Round 2.
Round
Do
two,
that thing
yeah.
where you wrap the legs around the head and then you spin.
Torrance shouting out commands and such. All right, so he lunges for you.
Ah!
97.
Well, that's not as big an advantage this time, so they're much closer this time. He has a percentage advantage. All right, this time he is able to grab you in a bear hug and lifts your feet off the ground in a bear hug. He quickly whips behind you and from behind just lifts you off your feet.
Oh, he's behind me?
He came at you forward and then
Right.
slipped behind you and grabbed you from behind and lifted you off your feet.
On account of the oil. Makes me sick.
So now we gotta see if he can hold that. So go ahead and roll again.
Now. Oh, this is a hard spot to be in.
27.
Okay, so you're about the same roll there. So he's able to hold on to you, but he throws you down to the ground. Roll a dex check quickly to see if you get back up on your feet quickly enough.
Does he disengage when he throws them?
Yeah.
1.
Okay, so you nimbly roll straight to your feet, kind of Aikido roll style. You're back on your feet instantly before he can jump. It looked like he was throwing you to the ground and was going to pounce on you, and you nimbly moved to your feet. It was, oh, that was beautiful! So,
You're a
so now,
beautiful man.
now you're squaring off again, and he's waiting for you to lunge at him this time. Go ahead
Damn!
and roll.
Get him! Get him!
48.
Okay. You guys both get locked into a waist clinch where you both kind of grabbed onto each other's loincloths, basically, about equally. So now you need to see who gets an advantage or breaks loose. Unless
Trip
you
him
want to
up.
break loose.
Trip him and throw him!
52.
Okay. He,
Bite his ears.
No,
he is
don't
able
do
to
that.
transition that waist
Okay.
clinch into a headlock. He has
don't
put
know.
you in a headlock.
I'm new at this.
So now let's see
No,
if you
there
can
ain't
hold
no
that
biting,
headlock and be
ain't
able
no
to take
fish
it
hooking,
to the next
ain't
step.
no eye gouging.
So go ahead and roll again.
You try not to hit him in the withers, but
We lost you there for a sec, Joe. What'd you get for the roll? No audio.
82.
Okay. All right. He just, like you're squirming all over, he barely holds on to that headlock he's got on you. But it's not enough to overbear or bring you down. So he's still holding the headlock, but he's not bringing you down a step at all. So do you want to try to break free or try to do a counter? What do you want to do?
Yeah, I want to do a counter. I want to try to sweep his legs.
Okay.
Sweep the leg.
Go. You're gonna have to roll pretty high for that, but go ahead. And he has to roll pretty low.
I said sweep the leg.
200. 20.
2-0. Okay.
2-0 and
Okay.
0.
You try to get your feet under him, and he nimbly steps over that. He saw that coming
Yeah.
a mile away. He tightens his arm lock and then flips you over him, flips you onto the ground flat on your back, and
From a
you
headlock.
take.
Ouch.
Yeah, that hurts. You take 4 hit points. Now again, this is temporary damage. You know, it'll heal up with a night's rest. But you
Right.
land flat on your back, just boom, hard. Make a dex check.
8.
Okay, so he was trying to get on top of you to flip you over, but you moved so nimbly that you were able to get up on your knees and hands, so you're not flat. You kind of rolled over to get up, and when he jumps
Right.
on your back, you're up on your knees and hands, so at least you're not flat. But then he's going to
Cool.
grab you, so go ahead and roll percentile.
71.
Okay. He does get a wrap around your waist, but
Buck
you
him.
stand up with him while he's holding your waist from behind. But you're able to stand up and get a good solid stance under you while he's behind you
Okay.
with his arms just wrapped around your abdomen.
Cool.
Do you want to do a counter or try to break free?
Yeah. I want to, I was try to do a counter.
Okay.
I want to roll forward, flipping him over me.
Okay. Roll.
11.
That does not go the way you hoped.
No, it's not.
You try to roll forward, and he quickly counters that with a stranglehold and a headbutt So
It hasn't even
he
happened.
gets you and smacks you in the head, sends you sprawling onto the ground. You take another 2 hit points. You're face down in the dirt / slightly snowy ground.
Oh,
as you're
headbutts.
sprawled into the snow.
See, that's kind of dirty, but it's not too
And he
bad.
leaps
It
on your
happens.
back. Go ahead and roll percentage.
19.
Okay. Actually, you guys kind of stalemated on that one. So he leaps on your back, but you're once again able to get yourself up on all fours rather than pinned flat. And he doesn't really have a very solid grip, so he backs off, steps away from you, and gives you a chance to make a move. He's stepped away from you some feet away.
Farhad gets up, squares off,
Okay.
and does this thing.
Okay. Gladly! You can see he's starting to breathe a little heavier, but he's not like winded at all.
Go for the legs.
Okay, so he comes at you. Go ahead and roll.
52.
Okay, you guys kind of slap at each other's hands there, but neither of you can get a purchase on each other between the sweat and the oil, and you keep changing attempts at grips and countering.
Little sumo action.
You do a little dance there for a few seconds of just countering, and neither of you gets a better grip. Try again.
So, still, I got that copper on Farhad. Sure you don't want in on this?
29.
All right, he got a much better
No.
one on it this time.
All right.
All right, he grabs you in a headlock and then does a spinning throw, like you spin as he throws you to the ground. So you, boom, flat to
Death
the
roll.
ground. And he jumps on you to flatten on top of you. He outweighs you by, nearly 50 pounds and has is trying to keep you pinned. You can try to break the pin.
They should have some kind of weight class rules or something.
Go ahead and roll to try to break the pin.
48.
Okay. You push up a little bit, you get up about 3 inches, and he gets your arm and takes it and puts it behind your back so you lose that one arm to lift yourself up. So you're now
that's
arm
not
locked
good.
and face down, and he counts 1!
Get
As you get flat
Farhad.
on the ground.
Buck him.
Give it another try.
So, say one of them grabs a chair.
74.
Hey,
Ooh, this time you're able to get up with your 2 knees in one hand and actually lift yourself up with him, his full body on your back, with you in an arm lock. You press upwards and get your arm locked under you so your shoulders are not on the ground. And you hear him in your ear going, "Oh, nicely done!" So you're still arm locked. He still has all his weight on you. Your arm is trembling from the weight.
See,
But you got out of the pin.
See, I want professional wrestling in our world to be like that instead of the I'm gonna destroy you. It's
Yeah.
like
you want
we're gonna have so much fun.
Exactly.
you want
Yes,
Japanese.
you did a
professional
great
wrestling.
job pinning me.
All right, roll again. Now, do you want to try to? What do you want to try to do for this one? You're still at a disadvantage here.
I want to see if I can have a epic and unanticipated counter.
Okay. All right. You're gonna have to roll quite high for that, or he rolls very low.
Yeah. 38.
Okay.
Really high.
130.
Yeah. While holding your right arm, he's able to slither down your left arm, grab the elbow, and pull it, from being locked, so you fall down like this. Right. So you're on your fist, which is a really awkward position. So you got this arm back here and this arm pinned to here, and you're flat on the ground, face in, and he's putting all his weight. He puts his knee in the small of your back.
Nah, he's pretty much
And
done in.
1! And roll.
$92.
Okay. He, between the oil, the sweat, the snow, maybe he got a little overconfident.
There's
You
no getting
somehow
out of that. He's
miraculously
down.
snake your 2 arms loose, slither over on your back, get your knee under his belly, and flip him over your head so he goes flat on his back. So, whoa, poosh! And you hear the wind just rush out of his lungs as he flops down
Torn
on
us
his
up
back.
and cheering.
Oh, wow, beautiful!
Oh, I didn't think it could, and then he did. He did it. Oh my God! Did you see that?
Both of you are stunned for a moment at that maneuver. You didn't expect it to work either. So both of you just kind of flat on your backs, head to head, for a split second, both in shock of that working. Then he quickly does the flip up to his feet. You can easily do the same with your dexterity and such, if you wish.
Yeah.
You can lay there on the ground.
No, I'm going to get up.
Okay.
With a left knee.
He's like, this is beautiful. This is one of the best bouts I've had in a long time. Nicely done, Farhad.
This is a lot of fun as well.
Cord
If only there was
smiles on
someone
you
in my
tonight.
party who was strong enough to wrestle me like this.
Cord smiles on you tonight.
I want to see River do a martial arts on him.
That's a whole other style, yeah.
Unfortunately,
Go for it again?
you kind of need her brain.
Yeah.
34.
Okay. Same thing, kind of tied off on each other. Tried a couple maneuvers, no luck. He's clearly much stronger, but your speed keeps kind of evens out some of that advantage.
Mm-hmm.
All right, at each other again. Ooh, go ahead.
84.
Oh, same thing. You guys really came at each other strong, but you both came in really strong, and your counters you really evened out. Try it again.
The shockwave expands from the center of our...
The snow stops for a second and then falls again.
They land just hand to hand.
All right, again.
63.
All right. You're able to get him in a finger lock. You grab his left middle finger like that.
Oh!
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
What do you wanna
typically
do
that's
with that?
dirty pull.
I'm
Them finger lights.
going to let go, jump off and disengage and re-engage.
Okay. All right, you lunge at each other
The
again.
finger lock is a very useful lock when you're fighting someone whose fingers you don't care about keeping.
Yes.
You see, that's why Farhad is a class act right
All
there.
right, roll away.
The lesser man would have taken it. He would have gone for the brag, and
Yep.
they would have gone for the
54.
arm. But
All right. This point, he gets his knee behind your knee and spins you around, and you fall flat on your back with him, getting through your knees in a tumble. And then he's on top of you with your, pushing your shoulders down while using his body weight to try to pin your hands. It's not a very strong advantage, but he's got you down for 1. Go ahead and roll. Oh.
71.
All right. You easily break loose by rolling over him because, again, he didn't have a very strong grip. And you are able to flip him around and put him face down with a headlock. And now you can call out a 1 because you got his shoulders to the ground.
So why do you keep having to start over counting?
oh, you see,
Because
your shoulders
All
are
right,
on the
roll
ground.
again.
Did he forget how?
No. You see, you have to keep them pinned with your shoulders on the ground.
Okay.
You count of 3, and that makes you the winner.
He's able to push
Boy.
up and get his shoulders off the ground, so he's on his knees
That's
and,
how you
and
win.
hands.
That's
So
the game.
And he holds that. He's not able to break
Now, some
free, but
people,
he
they
keeps
play it,
you
you
from
get
being
them
able to
in the
keep it
arm,
pinned.
like, I'm going to break
Roll
your arm
again.
like this, and you hold up on it, and they holler, and they say uncle, and tap out.
11.
Of course, you don't actually break it, you just say, I could break
You
it.
lucked out. You guys just both kind of hold, straining there. You're not able to
Wow.
move him. Yeah, he rolled poorly too. All right, roll again.
62.
All right. You rip both his elbows out so he falls flat and get his knees out from under him so he's once again face down and shoulders pinned. It's not a very strong grip, but you've got him down for another 1.
1.
And you just see the side of his face in the dirt just grinning, just a huge grin. And he grunts as he tries to break free.
81.
All right. He rolls over you, and then you roll over him, and then he rolls over you, and then you roll over him. You guys roll for about 10 feet trying to counter each other, but it's pretty much a stalemate. You guys both stop kind of side by side with neither shoulder pinned, but you're both on the ground.
Your dice are magic
Heavily
tonight.
intertwined. Yeah, your dice are in sync. Well, there's a percentage difference,
Right.
but it's working out in Farhad's favor. All right, go ahead.
96.
Nice. All right, that's a huge one. You don't exactly mean to, but in your excitement, you kind of knee him in the groin, and he gives an oof, and that stuns him for a moment. So you're able to flip him over flat on his face.
That wasn't so
Get both his arm locked behind his back, and pull up. So you got the 2 arms pulled here, and with your other arm you pulled up his legs. So you got him just totally pinned in a reverse hog tie style.
See,
Locking in,
it happened.
face down, and even he calls out as you call out, "One!" With his face in the dirt.
Now, if I had done that on purpose, like you could tell he was trying to, hit him right in the
next
boogers,
one.
ain't right, but
17.
Oh yeah. He completely, somehow, miraculously, you lose your grip. He slips free. You guys roll on the ground a couple of times. It flips around, and he gets you in a bear hug with you face down. He's got you wrapped around the chest, face down in the dirt, pinning you from behind for a good solid one. And he's got a good solid grip.
3 days later.
Go ahead and roll. Joe?
24.
24, okay. You are not able to break free at this time. He keeps you pinned in place. He flattens you out a little bit more to make sure those shoulders are in full contact while not letting loose the bear hug. He's got you in solid 2! One more try.
86.
At the last second, you spin around and get sideways and counter and put him in a headlock. So you've got him in a headlock, you got your shoulders arched just enough off the ground. You're still both on the ground, but you get your shoulders off the ground and you got him in a headlock now. Now it's still not a clear advantage, but you did break out of the third count there.
Sure.
Go again.
31.
All right, he counters, gets you in an arm lock, pins you face down very quickly, and a 1, calls out a 1. And again.
28.
Okay, he holds that. It's a weak grip. You can feel his grip slipping, but not enough for you to get free. 2! And he's breathing. You're both breathing pretty heavily at this point.
this is a long match.
Just 20.
All right, he keeps you in place, shores up his grip, gets it stronger, gets his knee firmly in your back, and 3! And he lets go. Steps back, holds his hand out to help you up. Friendly warrior's grip. Gives you a hand up.
Yeah.
Pats you on the back again. Beautifully done! Wonderfully done! And he's breathing
Again!
happily.
One more, it's tied!
We're 1 for 1! Look at this wonderful, this half elf is a sight to be seen.
If you added
Thank you, Cord!
If you added some
Oh,
theatrical
heavens.
tricks and some and a little bit of illusion and had them both helping each other to make really interesting moves, this could really be entertaining to a lot of people.
Yeah, oh no, it's a big thing. You get on the farm, you get
And
some
make
people up on the moonshines, and then...
And make them all give them all like over the top characters
wow.
that they pretend to be.
Now you're talking like costumes.
ready
right?
for one more round, my friend. This is it.
Yeah, Farhad wipes some of the dirt and
You're
sinks
both
into gravel.
you're both
Face.
covered in dirt and snow muck.
Yeah. Gets it out of his eyes.
Okay.
Spits any blood out of his mouth from having his face smashed to the ground a couple times.
Yep.
One more time.
Lovely. Roar! Okay.
53.
Okay, you counter, you get nowhere. Okay.
Oh man, I
89.
watching him.
Woo! He slips. Like he charges you and his foot slips out from under him, sending his head straight into you. So just offering his head, you quickly put him in a headlock and get on his back and put him straight down in the dirt very quickly in a very strong grip. Go ahead. And
27.
And calls out a 1. He calls out with you in the dirt. 1! 27? All right. He actually,
27, yeah.
he's at a real disadvantage, and he really squirms and struggles. He manages to just get his shoulders off the ground, so you don't get to count it, but he isn't able to break free from your grip. But he got enough that you have to start over.
To keep the performers safe, you have to make sure that they work on the moves together so nobody actually gets really hurt, except in extreme
What'd you get, Joe?
circumstances when something accidental
70.
happens.
Okay.
I mean,
at that
generally
point,
pretty safe. You can have
you're
some
both
real
kind of
danger,
stalemated.
so.
He gets both his arms under him and does that 4-poster position, holding you up off the ground. So you're still got a grip on him on the headlock, but you're not able to pin him.
It's
And
like
he's getting up out of it. So he's on his arm. You know, he's on his arms and his knees.
it's like you got some of those
Sure.
folks you know they's playing dirty,
Okay, go
and
ahead.
you don't want to stop because you can't
27.
say, "Hey, you's a cheater."
I love the ESPN commentary here.
We're trying to keep it keep it separate from your
Yeah.
thing without overshadowing or
Right, we got to
anything.
not talk over each other. What'd you say, Joe?
27.
Okay. He then stands up with you holding him in a headlock. He gets up completely up on his feet, dangling you up in the air, and spins himself in a shocking maneuver and gets wrapped around you in a bear hug. So you're kind of headlocking him, but it's the back of his head, so it's not very effective. And he's got you
Right.
in this vice-like. So just so you know, he has an 18 double out strength.
So I have him in a headlock.
Yes.
I'm holding him, but it's the back of his head. Where's the front of his head?
Facing
Like
you. You guys are
buried
face
in
to
my-
face. He's got you in a bear hug under your armpits, just crushing the wind out of you. And
Okay.
you've got the back of his head, you know, held in a lock as best you can. So you're in a big bear hug of each other, but you're hugging his neck, and he's hugging you around
Right.
the ribs.
You see, now I knew
But
that
your
one.
feet
I
are
know
off
that
the
one was
ground.
real, but it looked completely fake. So really,
Oh,
you
yeah,
could do
just-
fake fighting without anybody really noticing that much.
You know, sometimes you hear about folk going travel town during terrible time, and they'll someone will take a dive and they'll put on a really good show, and then they'll hose people out of their money, right?
But your feet are slightly off the ground. You do not have footing under you.
Well, you make it a bit more honest than that.
Right, go
Yeah,
ahead,
but
roll,
if it's a
Joe.
good show.
69.
Okay, you guys stalemate and hold that position, grunting. You're starting to get lightheaded from the squeeze on your lungs because he's just squeezing the air out of you. You take one hit point from the constriction.
Sometimes it's a bit hard, as if he's on like a ring or something, elevated.
Go
when you get a
again.
good look at it.
61.
Okay, another round of him just squeezing, and you can hear your back kind of popping a little bit, like, ooh, nice adjustment. But you're starting to get a little gray and fuzzy from the air being squeezed out. You take another hit point.
I think if you added some lights and music and maybe a little bit of pyrotechnics,
Okay, what'd you get?
Who's what's in it?
24.
All right.
fireworks.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Both your grips kind of weaken slightly. Both of you, for some reason, maybe need to take a little bit of a breath or something. So your grips kind of loosen a little. You don't take another point, but neither of you breaks away. And again.
34.
All right. This time he gets a little bit more of an advantage. He's able to twist and get one hand up and break your lock off the back of his neck. And he takes your one arm that he grabbed and locks it behind your back. So he's got you, his left arm has you in a bear hug,
Right.
and his right arm has you in a your arms locked behind your back.
Whew, that fella's
And
strong.
your feet are still off the ground. Yeah, he's just completely overpowering you with his strength here.
But have to have some kind of award
Yeah,
that they're
again.
fighting for in a big tournament.
Oh yeah, you could probably get lots of really good fighters if you put up some money. Like, hey,
Joe?
come win. Maybe like
Yeah, 69.
69. All right, you were able to break free of his bear hug and leap off, like you push off against his thighs and leap back about 5 feet through the air and take a big intake of breath. You've got some bruised ribs for sure.
a big belt or something.
And
Well,
you were getting dizzy there
a
from the
belt
lack of air.
with an attached
But
money
you-
purse.
You've broken free.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's go for it.
They should have a purse and a belt.
He's breathing.
55.
He's breathing very heavily right now. Okay, comes at you. He grabs you around the neck, spins you through the air, and you go flat on your back. And he comes leaping onto your chest. 1! And you're dazed. You take 3 hit points. And he lands with a thud on your chest.
Oh, that looks like it hurt.
That was quite the maneuver. All right.
I don't know if Farhad's having as much fun as the other guy.
27.
Well, why wouldn't he
yeah.
be?
No, he pins you solidly, keeping you in place. 2! But he's breathing very heavily.
Welcome, Farhad. You got it. You got this.
And one more.
Get that shoulder up.
68.
Okay, you're not able to break free. He's not really able to increase his advantage, but he holds the pin. 3!
Ah.
And he
And
leaps
get back,
off
get
and
back.
holds his hand out to you joyfully.
All right then, break.
Well, that was
At a
weird.
time, literally.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well done indeed! He's breathing very heavily. Well done. And by now, Mick and Darko have shown up and such. And let's go inside and have some veal stew aplenty. Come, my friend. And he puts his arms around your shoulder, kind of having to reach up to you. Kind of more under your shoulders and helps you up. And you know, you go over and gather your stuff. It's steam just pouring off your bodies in the cold.
See, this is so weird. I mean, next to people will be running for fun. And
So we'll leave it right there. We got to take a break, and we'll be back in 10 minutes.